All right, so get ready because we're diving deep into the world of ONGC.
ONGC.
Yeah, that's the Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited.
Oh,
A
right.
true giant in India's energy scene.
I've heard of them.
We're going to break down their latest integrated annual report for FY24
Okay.
and, really extract those most fascinating bits.
That's good.
Are you ready to see how this company is balancing India's, massive energy needs with the global shift, of course, towards a greener future?
Yeah, I think that's quite a tightrope walk, wouldn't you say?
It is.
They're basically juggling like two huge responsibilities at once.
Totally. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about money.
All right.
ONGC and its subsidiaries, they're raking it in.
Oh, wow.
Hitting those record-breaking financial performances in FY24.
Impressive.
But what does that really tell us?
Well, I think it signals strength, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
ONGC is not just surviving, right? They're thriving.
Right.
And that's important for India's overall economic health. I think what's particularly interesting is how their subsidiaries,
Yeah.
OVL, MRPL,
Oh, yeah.
Opal, and OTPC,
Okay.
they're all contributing to this success.
Right.
And it shows a diversified and robust business model.
So it's not just ONGC as a single entity carrying all that weight. It's this whole network of companies working together.
Exactly.
Kind of like a well-oiled machine, right?
Exactly. And you need, a skilled operator to manage a machine that complex.
Of course.
And that's where, Mr. Pankaj Kumar, the director of production, comes in.
Okay.
He's been in the industry for over 36 years
Wow.
with degrees from top-tier engineering schools.
Yeah.
Like IIT Roorkee and IIT Delhi.
I mean, experience like that is invaluable.
Yeah.
Especially now with the energy sector undergoing such a massive transformation.
Huge, yeah.
Think of it like this. You're navigating uncharted waters, and you want someone at the helm who knows the currents, right? Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of what ONGC actually does.
Okay.
They're obviously big on exploration and production,
Right.
but are they just sticking with what they know, or are they branching out?
They're definitely not standing still.
Okay.
ONGC is aggressively exploring new areas,
Good.
particularly through these things called OALP blocks.
OALP block.
Yeah, so imagine the government saying, hey, we've got these areas that might have oil and gas. Come bid on them and see what you can find.
Interesting.
That's OALP in a nutshell.
So it's like a treasure hunt, but on a massive scale.
Exactly. And they're not just looking for the usual suspects.
Okay.
They're also venturing into unconventional reserves.
Oh, wow.
Think high pressure, high temperature wells. Those are HPHT wells.
HPH.
And even exploring something called basement play,
What's that?
where oil and gas are trapped in ancient rock formations.
So it sounds like they're pulling out all the stops to secure India's energy future.
Yeah, they're serious about it.
But we all know that fossil fuels aren't exactly the poster child for sustainability these days.
True.
So how is ONGC responding to this, global push for cleaner energy?
Well, they're definitely making a conscious effort
Good.
to reduce their carbon footprint.
Okay.
A major step was signing the Oil and Gas Decarbonization Charter
Oh, wow.
at COP28,
That's huge.
which puts them in line with global efforts to combat climate change.
So they're acknowledging the need to go green,
Yeah,
but are they actually taking action, or is it just talk?
they're taking action on multiple fronts.
Good.
They're focusing on energy efficiency.
Okay.
They're switching to LED lights, capturing and reusing flare gas,
Smart.
making their processes more efficient.
That makes sense.
They've even got behavioral change programs to
Interesting.
encourage employees to think about their energy use.
Oh, wow.
And these efforts have saved them a ton of energy and money.
So that's smart. It's not just about grand gestures.
Yeah.
It's about those small, consistent changes that add up over time.
Exactly.
But what about renewables?
Renewables?
Are they dipping their toes into that pool?
They're not just dipping their toes, they're diving in head first.
Wow. Okay.
They've been installing solar panels,
Yep.
like the 3-megawatt capacity they added in Cambay and Kakinada.
Right.
Their total renewable energy capacity,
Yeah.
including both solar and wind,
Okay.
is now at a pretty impressive 193.7 megawatts.
Wow.
And they've created a dedicated subsidiary, ONGC Green Limited,
ONGC Green Limited.
to focus entirely on green energy and gas.
Wow, a whole separate company. That's a pretty bold statement, wouldn't you say?
I think so.
So what exactly is ONGC Green up to?
Well, they've got ambitious plans,
Okay.
renewable energy projects, biofuels, green hydrogen, carbon capture,
Wow.
even getting to the LNG business.
So think of it like this. They're building a whole new energy ecosystem,
Yeah.
running parallel to their existing oil and gas operations.
Exactly. And they've even signed a deal with the Rajasthan government
Okay.
for a massive 5-gigawatt renewable energy project
5 gigawatts.
and are working on a green ammonia plant.
So they're not shying away from the future, and that's got to be a reassuring sign for investors who are looking for companies with a long-term vision, right?
Absolutely.
But let's be real, every business faces challenges, right?
Sure.
What kind of headwinds is ONGC facing right now?
Well, the biggest one is this whole transition to cleaner energy.
Yeah,
It's a complex process
I imagine.
with a lot of moving parts,
Of course.
and it's going to require some serious adjustments.
Right.
Plus, there's pressure from investors who are increasingly focused on sustainability.
I bet.
ONGC needs to show them they're serious about this transition if they want to keep those investments flowing.
Of course. And let's not forget the inherent risks of the oil and gas industry itself.
Oh, yeah, totally.
You've got financial uncertainties, geopolitical situations, legal liabilities,
Right.
plus the potential for technological hiccups, management mistakes, accidents, even natural disasters. It's a lot.
It's a high-stakes game with a lot on the line.
Definitely.
So they're juggling a lot, but what I find really interesting is that amidst all this, ONGC is also making a point of engaging with its stakeholders.
Stakeholders.
Yeah, investors, communities, employees.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Transparency and communication are key, especially in an industry that's often perceived as opaque, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So they're holding annual general meetings, investor meetups,
Okay.
putting out press releases, keeping their website updated.
Mm-hmm.
They're even partnering with international human rights organizations
Wow.
to make sure they're operating ethically.
Good for them.
So it's about building trust
Yeah.
and showing that they're not just focused on profits,
Right.
but on doing business responsibly.
Makes sense.
Now, let's shift gears and talk about something that always gets investors excited.
What's that?
Dividends.
Oh, yeah, dividends.
ONGC is known for its generous dividend payouts.
They are.
And it seems like they're continuing that trend in FY24.
They've already declared 2 interim dividends this year.
Yep.
5.75 per share
Right.
back in November,
Okay,
and another euro per share in February.
gotcha.
And get this, they're proposing a final dividend of 2.50 per share,
Wow.
which would make it 3 dividend payouts in a single fiscal year.
That's a lot.
Of course, that last one still needs shareholder approval,
Right.
but it's a pretty strong indication of their financial health and confidence.
Yeah, it seems like they're sharing the wealth with their investors.
Right.
But let's go beyond just the numbers for a moment.
Sure.
What do these dividend payouts tell us about ONGC's overall strategy?
It seems like they're striking a balance.
A balance.
Yeah, rewarding their shareholders
Yeah.
while also investing heavily in their future,
Right.
especially in those green energy initiatives.
It's a delicate balancing act,
Yeah.
but one that they seem to be managing quite effectively.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see how this strategy plays out in the long run.
Absolutely. Speaking of the long run, let's talk about ONGC's approach to managing risk.
Okay.
They're in an industry that's known for its volatility, so how are they preparing for the unexpected?
Well, they're definitely not leaving anything to chance.
Good.
The report highlights a really comprehensive approach
Okay.
to risk management.
Yeah.
They're looking at everything
Good.
from financial uncertainties and geopolitical tensions
Yeah.
to the potential for accidents and natural disasters.
Makes sense.
It's about being proactive
Right.
and having plans in place to mitigate those risks.
But they're not just hoping for the best.
Right.
They're actively preparing for the worst case scenarios.
Exactly. And that's crucial for a company operating in an environment as complex as the energy sector.
Yeah.
But it's not just about managing financial risks. It's also about ensuring the safety of their workforce.
Right, because the oil and gas industry has its share of inherent dangers.
For sure.
So how is ONGC promoting a safety culture within the company?
Well, they've got strict safety protocols
Okay.
and are investing heavily in training and technology
That's
to
good.
minimize risks.
Good.
Plus, they have systems in place
Right.
to respond quickly and effectively in case of an emergency.
Yeah.
It's about creating a culture where safety is everyone's responsibility,
Right.
not just a box to be ticked.
That's important. It's not just about avoiding accident.
No,
It's about protecting lives and livelihoods.
absolutely.
Now let's zoom in on a specific area of ONGC's operations that's Pretty impressive.
Okay.
Their deep water exploration efforts.
Daughter exploration.
They've been making some serious waves.
Literally.
Literally in this technologically challenging field.
Yeah.
Deep water exploration is where you really see ONGC's technological capabilities shine through.
I can imagine.
They recently achieved a major milestone
Right.
with first oil
First oils.
from the KGD-DWN 982 block,
Okay.
a deep water site off the coast of India.
That's a big deal, right?
It is a big deal.
I mean, these deep water projects are notoriously difficult and expensive.
Very.
It's a testament to their expertise
Yeah.
and their ambition to tap into new sources of oil and gas.
Absolutely.
They're not stopping there.
Oh, really?
They're also exploring the Mahanadi Basin,
Mahanadi Basin.
another promising deep water area.
Okay.
These discoveries could significantly enhance India's energy security in the long run.
It's like they're pushing the boundaries of what's possible in deep water exploration.
Total.
And they're not doing it alone.
Oh.
They've signed agreements with global giants like Chevron, ExxonMobil, and Total Energies.
Wow.
It's about bringing together the best minds and the latest technology to tackle these complex challenges.
So they're combining their own expertise with the experience of international partners. That's a smart move.
It is.
It shows they're not afraid to collaborate and learn from the best.
Absolutely.
Now, while deepwater exploration is getting a lot of attention,
Yeah.
let's not forget about another crucial aspect of ONGC's operations.
What's that?
Procurement.
Procurement.
It might not be as glamorous as drilling for oil in the depths of the ocean,
Sure.
but it's essential for keeping the whole operation running smoothly.
It's like the unsung hero of the business world.
Yeah, totally.
So how is ONGC making sure their procurement process is efficient and transparent?
They've taken a pretty tech-savvy approach.
Oh, interesting.
They've implemented a system called MIND,
Right.
which stands for Material Management, Intelligence, and Design.
Okay.
It's all about using data and technology
Yeah.
to make smarter procurement decisions.
Smart.
They're also using a shared finance service center
Okay.
to streamline the processing of vendor invoices,
Okay.
which helps everyone get paid faster and with less hassle.
That's good.
It's about taking a traditionally bureaucratic process
Right.
and making it more efficient and transparent.
Makes sense.
And it sounds like ONGC is leading the way in that regard.
They are.
But their commitment to good governance
Yeah.
goes beyond just internal processes.
Oh.
They're also actively trying to resolve disputes
Okay.
and create a more collaborative business environment.
So how are they doing that?
Well, they've embraced the government's Vivad se Vishwas 2 scheme,
Interesting.
which encourages resolving disputes outside of court.
Smart.
It's a win-win situation.
How so?
It saves everyone time and money,
Of course.
and it helps foster a more cooperative spirit.
It's refreshing to see a company taking that approach.
Yeah,
But let's shift gears now
right.
and talk about something that's becoming increasingly important
Okay,
for businesses worldwide.
yeah.
Environmental sustainability.
Sustainability.
ONGC operates in an industry that's often seen as being at odds with environmental protection.
Right.
So how are they addressing that?
Yeah. They're not just paying lip service to sustainability.
Okay,
They're
good.
taking concrete steps to integrate it into their operations.
Okay.
They've set ambitious targets
Right.
for reducing their carbon emissions and are investing heavily in renewable energy projects.
Yeah.
They're also implementing programs to improve energy efficiency
Right.
and reduce waste across the board.
So it's a multi-pronged approach, tackling the issue from multiple angles.
Exactly.
But sustainability isn't just about reducing your own footprint.
No.
It's also about engaging with the communities
Right.
where you operate
Yeah.
and ensuring that your operations benefit everyone,
Of course.
not just the company itself.
Uh-huh.
So how is ONGC approaching community engagement?
Well, they seem to recognize that their success is intertwined with the well-being of the communities where they work.
Okay.
So they're investing in community development projects,
Yeah.
supporting education and healthcare initiatives,
Right.
providing employment opportunities.
Good.
It's about going beyond just providing jobs and contributing to the overall development of these communities.
It's about being a good neighbor
Right.
and building lasting, mutually beneficial relationships.
Exactly. And that's essential for any company that wants to operate sustainably in the long run.
Now, you mentioned earlier that ONGC is investing in new and emerging energy technologies.
Right.
Let's talk a bit more about that.
Sure.
What are some of the areas they're exploring?
Yeah.
And how do these investments fit into their overall strategy?
Well, They're looking at technologies that have the potential to, revolutionize the energy sector.
Okay.
Things like green hydrogen,
Green hydrogen.
carbon capture and storage,
Okay.
and advanced biofuels.
Right.
These are all seen as key components
Yeah.
of a sustainable energy future.
Okay.
And ONGC is positioning itself to be a leader in this transition.
So it's like they're placing bets on the future,
Yeah.
hedging their position in the traditional oil and gas market,
Uh-huh.
while simultaneously investing in the technologies
Right.
that could very well disrupt it.
Exactly. And it's a smart move
It is.
that allows them to diversify their portfolio,
Okay.
reduce their reliance on fossil fuels,
Makes sense.
and capitalize on the growing demand
Yeah.
for clean energy solutions.
So it's about staying ahead of the curve
Yeah.
and adapting to the changing energy landscape.
Absolutely.
Now let's talk about another aspect of ONGC's operations
Okay.
that's closely intertwined with sustainability.
Okay.
Their approach to managing human resources.
Human resource.
They're operating in a highly specialized industry
Yeah.
that requires a skilled and motivated workforce.
Of course.
And attracting and retaining top talent is crucial.
It is.
People are their most valuable asset.
Absolutely.
And ONGC seems to understand that
Yeah.
they're investing in their employees,
Okay.
providing them with opportunities
It's okay.
for growth and development,
Makes sense.
and creating a work environment where they can thrive.
Yeah.
So what are some of the specific things they're doing
Uh,
in the realm of human resources?
Well, they've got comprehensive programs for recruitment, training, and development.
Okay.
And they offer competitive compensation and benefits packages.
Good.
They're also making a conscious effort
Okay.
to foster a culture of diversity and inclusion,
Yeah.
which is essential
It is.
for attracting the best talent from all walks of life.
So it's about creating a workplace
Yeah.
where everyone feels valued and respected
Right.
and has the opportunity to reach their full potential.
Exactly. And that's not just good for employee morale.
Right.
It's also good for business.
Of course.
A diverse and inclusive workforce brings a wider range of perspectives and ideas to the table,
Right.
which can lead to, greater innovation and better decision-making.
Now, as we wrap up this part of our deep dive into ONGC, I think it's clear that they're a company in transition.
A company in transition.
They're still a major player in the traditional oil and gas industry,
Yeah.
but they're also embracing the shift towards a more sustainable energy future.
So they're walking a tightrope,
They are.
balancing the demands of the present with the needs of the future.
Excellent.
But they seem to be doing it with a clear sense of purpose
Yeah.
and a commitment to doing what's right,
Right.
both for their business and for the planet.
It's a complex journey,
It is.
but one that's worth watching closely.
Absolutely.
And I think their story offers some valuable insights into the broader energy transition that's happening all around us.
It's a reminder that this transition is not just about technology and infrastructure.
Right.
It's about people,
Yeah.
partnerships,
Of course.
and a shared vision for a better future.
Well said. Now let's take a quick break,
Okay.
and we'll be back shortly to wrap up our deep dive into ONGC's world.
Looking forward to it.
All right, we're back and ready to continue exploring ONGC's world.
It's a big world.
It is. We've covered a lot of ground already,
We have.
but there's still plenty more to uncover.
Oh, I'm sure.
So let's pick up where we left off with
Sure.
ONGC's commitment to research and development.
Okay.
They're clearly not content with just relying on, existing technologies. They're actively trying to push the boundaries of what's possible in the energy sector.
I mean, research and development is crucial for any company that wants to stay ahead of the curve.
Absolutely.
And ONGC seems to get that.
They do.
They're investing in a wide range of areas,
Like what?
from enhancing oil and gas recovery
Okay.
to developing new technologies for renewable energy.
So they're looking at both sides of the equation.
Yeah.
Improving their existing operations.
Right.
And exploring those new frontiers.
And they're not doing it in isolation.
Oh, okay.
They're partnering with leading research institutions
Okay.
and universities,
Right?
tapping into the brightest minds
Of course.
and the latest scientific breakthroughs.
It's about creating an ecosystem of innovation
It is.
where those ideas can flow freely,
Absolutely.
be translated into real-world solutions.
That's the goal.
Now, ONGC isn't just focused on pushing the technological envelope.
Right.
They're also a publicly listed company, which means they have a responsibility to their
Yeah.
shareholders to be financially transparent and accountable.
Absolutely.
How are they ensuring that their financial reporting meets the highest standards?
Well, transparency is the foundation of trust.
It is.
And ONGC has taken some solid steps
Good.
to build that trust with their investors.
Okay.
They have a strong internal audit function,
Okay.
an independent audit committee,
Good.
and a robust system of internal controls to ensure everything is above board.
Those are important.
Yeah, and they also regularly engage with external auditors
Oh,
to get a fresh perspective
that makes sense.
and make sure their financial statements are accurate and reliable.
It's about creating a system of checks and balances
Right.
to safeguard those interests of the shareholders.
Exactly. And this commitment to financial transparency
Yeah,
is crucial
I imagine.
for maintaining investor confidence
Of course.
and ensuring the long-term sustainability of the company.
Yeah. Now, we've talked about ONGC's efforts to reduce their environmental impact.
We have.
But let's dive a little deeper into their specific initiatives.
Okay.
What are some of the key things they're doing to make their operations more sustainable?
Well, they're taking a multifaceted approach,
Okay.
which is, really the best way
Yeah.
to tackle a complex issue
Of course.
like sustainability.
Right.
They're investing in renewable energy projects, of course,
Yeah.
but they're also implementing programs to improve energy efficiency,
Good.
reduce waste,
Okay.
and even minimize water usage.
It's about looking at every aspect of their operations
Yeah.
and finding ways to make them more environmentally friendly.
That's the idea.
So it's a holistic approach, which is encouraging to see.
It is.
But sustainability isn't just about reducing your own footprint.
No.
It's also about engaging with the communities
Mhm.
where you operate
Right.
and ensuring that your operations benefit everyone,
Absolutely.
not just the company itself. How is ONGC approaching community engagement?
Well, they seem to recognize that their success is intertwined with the well-being of the communities where they work.
Yeah.
So they're investing in community development projects,
Right.
supporting education and healthcare initiatives,
Those are important.
and providing employment opportunities.
It's about going beyond just providing jobs.
Yeah.
And contributing to the overall development of these communities.
It's about being a good neighbor
It is.
and building lasting, mutually beneficial relationships.
And that's essential for any company
Yeah.
that wants to operate sustainably in the long run.
Absolutely.
Now, you mentioned earlier that ONGC is investing in new and emerging energy technology.
All did.
So let's talk a bit more about that.
Okay.
What are some of the areas they're exploring, and
Okay.
how do these investments fit into their overall strategy?
Well, they're looking at technologies that have the potential to revolutionize the energy sector.
Okay.
Things like green hydrogen,
Green hydrogen.
carbon capture and storage,
Okay.
and advanced biofuels.
These are all seen as key components
They are.
of a sustainable energy future.
Right. And ONGC is positioning itself to be a leader in this transition.
So it's like they're placing bets on the future,
Yeah.
hedging their position in the traditional oil and gas market,
Right.
while simultaneously investing in the technologies that could very well disrupt it.
That's one way to look at it.
And it's a smart move.
It is.
It allows them to diversify their portfolio,
Uh-huh.
reduce their reliance on those fossil fuels,
Yeah.
and capitalize on the growing demand for clean energy solutions.
It's about staying ahead of the curve
It is.
and adapting to the changing energy landscape.
Now let's talk about another aspect of ONGC's operations.
Oh.
That's closely intertwined with sustainability.
Right.
Their approach to managing human resources.
Human resources, right?
They're operating in a highly specialized industry
They are.
that requires a skilled and motivated workforce. And attracting and retaining top talent is crucial.
It is. People are their most valuable asset.
They are.
And ONGC seems to understand that
They do.
they're investing in their employees,
Good.
providing them with opportunities for growth and development,
Okay.
and creating a work environment where they can thrive.
So what are some of the specific things they're doing in the realm of human resources?
Well, they've got comprehensive programs for recruitment, training, and development,
Okay.
and they offer competitive compensation and benefits packages.
That's good.
And they're also making a conscious effort
Okay.
to foster a culture of diversity and inclusion,
Yeah.
which is essential for attracting the best talent from all walks of life.
So it's about creating a workplace
Yeah.
where everyone feels valued and respected
Absolutely.
and has the opportunity to reach their full potential.
That's not just good for, employee morale.
Right.
It's also good for business. A diverse and inclusive workforce brings a wider range of perspectives and ideas to the table,
Of course.
which can lead to greater innovation
Yeah.
and better decision-making.
Now, as we wrap up this part of our deep dive into ONGC,
Okay.
I think it's clear that they're a company in transition.
Yeah.
They're still a major player in the traditional oil and gas industry,
Right.
but they're also embracing the shift towards a more sustainable energy future.
It's a tough balancing act,
It is.
but they seem to be doing it with a clear sense of purpose
They do.
and a commitment to doing what's right for their business
Yeah.
and for the planet.
So it's a complex journey,
It is.
but one that's worth watching closely.
Absolutely.
And I think their story offers some valuable insights
Okay.
into the broader energy transition,
The broader energy transition.
which is happening all around us.
Yeah, it's a reminder that this transition is not just about technology and infrastructure.
Right.
It's about people, partnerships, and a shared vision for a better future.
Well said. Now, let's take a quick break, and we'll be back shortly to wrap up our deep dive into ONGC's world. And we are back for the final part of our ONGC deep dive.
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
It really does, and it's been quite a journey so far, right?
Yeah.
We've seen how ONGC is navigating this complex energy landscape,
Yeah.
balancing their role as a major oil and gas producer
Right?
with their ambitions to become a leader in the clean energy transition.
It's a fascinating case study, really.
It is.
ONGC is like, a microcosm of the global energy sector,
Right.
grappling with those challenges and opportunities of a world
Yeah.
that's rapidly shifting away from fossil fuels.
And their success will
Yeah.
depend on their ability to balance these competing forces, right?
Exactly.
To meet the energy demands of today
Right.
while building a sustainable foundation for tomorrow.
It's a delicate balancing act.
It is.
But what's really impressive is that they're not just reacting to these changes.
Right.
They're actively shaping them.
They are.
They're investing in new technologies, forging partnerships,
Yeah.
and engaging with their stakeholders in a meaningful way.
They're not just along for the ride.
No.
They're grabbing the wheel
They are.
and steering towards a future
Oh,
that's cleaner, more sustainable,
yeah,
and ultimately more beneficial for everyone.
that's the goal.
And that's what makes their story so compelling.
It is.
It's a story of transformation.
Transformation.
Of a company that's willing to evolve and adapt
Right.
to meet the challenges of a changing world.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
let's leave you with a few questions to ponder.
All right.
What will be the next chapter in ONGC's green energy saga?
Yeah.
Will their deep water explorations reshape India's energy map?
Good question.
How will they navigate the complexities of a global energy transition that's still unfolding?
These are questions that only time will answer.
Yeah,
But the answers will have far-reaching consequences,
Right.
shaping not just ONGC's destiny, but the future of energy itself.
So keep your eyes on ONGC, folks.
I will.
Their story is just beginning.
And it's a story that we'll all be a part of, one way or another.
I think you're right about that.
Until next time, happy deep diving.
Thank you for joining us.